In this video, I'm going to help you to better understand your PowerPoint work window. Now, I've opened up Disney World's Magic Kingdom presentation, and I'm going to use this to point out various elements in your PowerPoint work window. So I'm going to start at the very top. When you first open up a new presentation, you are automatically put in what's called normal view. Now, normal view gives you a little thumbnail of each slide in the presentation along your left-hand margin. In the middle of your screen, you have your work area, and this is where you do all of your creating and editing. And then just below your work area, you have this notes pane. And this is where you can type notes for yourself called speaker notes that you'll use to guide you throughout your presentation. Now I'm going to jump to the top of the PowerPoint work window. Here you have your PowerPoint icon. You've got some save options. Auto save, I have mine clicked off. You've got your save button. If I were to click that, it would save an updated version of this presentation in the location and under the file name that I've previously designated. I've got the name of my presentation and a reminder that it's saved on this computer. I've got this search window, and this lets me search for any tools in PowerPoint that I want to quickly access. So let's say I wanted to access my rehearse timings. See how it pulls it up? And if I click there, it takes me right to my rehearse timings. I'm just going to escape out of it. Continuing at the top, I've got the option to sign into my Office 365. I've got some upcoming features, and then I've got my sizing buttons. The little dash is minimize, and that shrinks my program down into my taskbar and allows me to work with another program while still keeping PowerPoint open. To open it back up, I just click on the PowerPoint icon and select which program I want open, and it's back up. The next option is your restore down option. And this is awesome because it lets you choose a layout for viewing your open screens. So if I pick this 2-slide layout, I can choose whether I want my PowerPoint to be on the left-hand or right-hand side. I'll put it on the left. And then I can choose which window I want to appear on the right. So I'll put another PowerPoint presentation. So now I could toggle between the two. I'm going to maximize my window by clicking on it a second time and open my presentation back to full size. The X will close my presentation. And then next, I've got all of these tabs. I'm going to start with the File tab. So if I click on that, that takes me to a place where I can work with my file. So you'll find general options here like you would find in any program for working with a file. So you've got options like new, open, close, save, and print. Now, if I want to get back to my presentation, I just click this back arrow and I'm back in. Now, all my other ribbon tabs work differently. If I click on any of them, they roll out tools to the right. Now, each ribbon tab is named according to the tools that it holds. And on each ribbon tab, you'll find groups of tools. So I have my slides group, my tables group, my images group, and so on. I'm going to click back on my home tab. Now notice that some of your groups have a little arrow in the bottom right-hand corner. That's called a list arrow. And a list arrow holds additional options for working with whatever group it's in. So I just clicked the font group list arrow, and that opened up this font window. And you can see I've got a lot more options for working with font than the ones that were presented in this group. I'm just going to click the X and close that window. Now, in each group, you have different tools. And if you hover over them, a little tag will show up and tell you what that tool is. Now, at the very bottom of your screen, you have a status bar. That's this gray bar right here. This tells you different information about the file you have opened. So for example, right here, it's telling me that I'm currently on slide 1 of 9. It's telling me that I have spelling errors that are in here, and if I want to correct them, I can click. If I go over to the right, I've got different ways of looking at my presentation. These are called view buttons, and we'll visit these during a later lesson. And I also have zoom options. This little scroll bar lets me zoom in and zoom out. And all this does is change how I'm looking at the presentation on screen. It doesn't affect the size of the font if you were going to, say, print it out. So that is your PowerPoint work window.